Ziggity Zig back with more Tales from the Ladder. This is a game sent into me by... You know, it's actually Tapetal Karma sent this in. This is his barcode account over on European. I think he's going up against yaoyao, so it's yee and and yaoyao. And of course, that's probably pipes, or it's either capital. Nah, yeah, it's definitely pipes. It's not small lowercase L's dotting the I's and lowercase J's. But he's playing a Zerg here, going up against the Terran of yaoyao and sending the Overlord in the right direction. Initially, look at all the things that you can select when you're the observer. You can get just about everything, except I don't get the Vespene Geyser, so it collects the plates, the debris, and that's about it. So, not really seeing too much in the way of any kind of cheese just yet, so no super early pool. Could still go for a 12 pool, which is a bit more aggressive than, say, like 14, 15 hatch going up against Terran. Not really certain what you're going for up against Terran, but if you know you're going up against the Zerg, I'm not quite sure why he's not walling off, but yaoyao is choosing not to wall off here. He's got an upstairs ramp to an available easy expansion there, and then there is this debris on the main ramp, so you've got a smaller ramp, which can be expanded into a larger ramp, which you either want to... yeah, it all depends on what you're kind of planning on doing, but looks like yaoyao is going to start moving out with the scout, and Tapetal is going to move his way in here and have a peek at this space. So really, not knowing where each other are at the moment, Tapetal's just kind of hoping that this is going to work out. They got the secondary Overlord going across the map, where this guy right here... Oh, okay. Sometimes your initial drone is going to do the cross scout, just to try to capitalize and minimize the amount of scouting that you will need to do. But Tapetal is going to go for a hatch first, which is pretty standard. So it's going to be a bit of a macro build, but going up against the yaoyao, it does look like it's probably going to be a Reaper. Yep, he's almost got the money for the first Reaper, but no, it's going to be a Marine. So Marine, then Reaper, possibly a 1 Varus expand, Reaper expand, Marine expand, something like that. But now it looks like, yep, there we go. Tapetal Karma has noticed where the base is by now. So now yaoyao is just trying to figure out, but now he knows, yep, there we go. If the Overlord comes in from the west, you must attest. I couldn't think of a way that that could rhyme and still be cool and useful information. But he does know that since the Overlord came from this direction, this is precisely where Tapetal Karma's base is going to be. Now, the fun bit here is yaoyao is going to have to bring his SCV up here. I'm not sure if he's going to bother looking up in the expansion to find out. Yep, he is going to go straight up there, so he does see the edge of the creep, and he's going to go check up and for a expansion. He's going to see that, so he knows that it's going to be a bit of a macro build. Boom, there it is, sees that, moves his way back down. And meanwhile, back in the base, we've got the reactors and the factory. So it's probably going to be factory into MMM, getting the starport and medevacs out to start working on either drops or just having that medevac ability of, what, heal? Raise morale? I don't know. No, going for, CC, alright, so he's going to go for the CC expansion. Now he's going to start looking at a little tiny bit of a wall-off, which is kind of I don't know why he bothered with a wall-off if it was this late, but sure, if you know that there's anything going on in there, but still, yaoyao's got his SCV wandering around in the middle of the base here, and that's probably going to be a Roach Warren, yep, just over in the back. I can probably check up here in the production tab, which I have open, derp saws. So, having scouted the entire thing, not seeing a third, not checking for a third, which is kind of odd. I'm not sure why he didn't check for the third down here, because chances are, they probably know the timing much better than I do, but I would have checked for a third hatch just in case. Although, if he did see, didn't see the Roach Warren or the... Oh, did see the Roach Warren, okay, so knows that he had to spend some money on that, and now trying to come back in for another look, but the Zerglings of Tapetal Karma are going to get at this SCV, and the Queen does polish it off. The Queen with the scanner code on there, bloop, gets bleeped, and finds out that, yes, I can spawn larva. I don't know why that would come up. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Getting a bunker on the frontal base, so not having to worry about making a wall out of... barracks, factories, are trying to work out where the expansions are going to go. Here come 2 Zerglings who are just in for a little tiny bit of a poke, and there is the beginning of the shell of defense. There's the third right there for Tapetal Karma. Is grabbing that really quick, and now it even does look like getting a third is yaoyao. So, fair enough. Next maneuver is just going to be to slowly move the way out here. Not entirely sure where this particular Zergling is going. Doesn't really need to search over in that direction. But it does seem to me that Tapetal is just trying to gain a little bit of a toehold on the map. I was thinking about three things all at once there. That's why I was talking so slow. So I'm trying to figure out why these Zerglings are wandering all over the map, despite the fact that they actually know exactly where Yaoyao's base is. I don't know if they're searching for kind of sneaky ninja expands. It'd be a bit odd to try to do that, but now Tapetal Karma is just trying to cloak, well, not really cloak, but just collapse in, be aware of what's going on. Probably want an overlord over here just to spot for anything coming out to the side. This third base is almost up because he does have the south end covered. Here is a bit of a roach bust, which I'm not sure it'll be able to get up here, especially with this tank, but he's probably just going to wait here until he's got just a few more getting lair on the way. Meanwhile, Yaoyao does not have an engineering bay just yet to get them upgrades, but Stim Pack is about a quarter of the way done. Can see this. Yep, so Yaoyao can see these roaches coming in, so Tapetal Karma makes the correct decision to back out of that. Correct decision, which I never make. No speed on the way just yet for these Zerglings, and no speed on the way for the roaches either. I don't think, no, can't really tell what kind of upgrades they've got, but there's no upgrades on the way for the roaches. Still just trying to work on the macro right now. If you look at the harvesters, they're kind of even with 20, near 30 apiece, and the income is a little bit only skewed in Yaoyao's favor because of YOLO mules. I don't know why I call them YOLO mules, but just, you know, game-winning mules. There we go. So the Zergling over here is going to watch for anything coming out of the north end of the base, so Tapetal Karma is just setting himself up to be able to see if there are any doom drops coming out here. This orbital command is just up here as a macro orbital command, and it's probably going to pick up and pop up over there, right on top of Tapetal's Zergling, so he is going to lose out a little bit, and oh, that Zergling is going to die to the defending units that come down here. Here are just some more of the roaches, which are still moving kind of a slow speed. 2 spine crawlers on the way for Tapetal Karma, probably just going to pop up here and defend. No, they're just going to sit in the base, so they're ready there just in case of any kinds of drops. Okay, just get rid of the Zergling, or at least scares it off. So now just one more Zergling up here just to be aware, ready for any kind of drop coming out from the top or the bottom. There's a supply depot. I really would have expected a bunker, or at least this bunker to be destroyed and rebuilt down here, just to keep track of things, because this is a pretty wide area to try to keep defended, but Yaoyao is going to keep on top of that. There's speed just starting there, and it is going to be a big drop, but now is when he's going to realize that the drop is going to go over top of, if we take a look at Tapetal Karma's, yep, there's the doom drop right there, and he does maybe just see it. If he does, I can't tell, but this is going to be quite a bit of a drop on the way. Yes, does see it, and he comes in here with his roaches, but the problem there is that the roaches can't shoot up, so the drop is going to fly right over top. They're not going to fall for the bait there, and does not fall for the bait of the fact that there are spine crawlers in the other 2 bases, so this is just really bad news here for Tapetal Karma. Does manage to bring back his roaches. Here he comes back. He's now supply blocked because they did pick off a number of overlords. They're probably going to attack this last one. That's going to drop them into... Oh no, this overlord does survive. But Yaoyao does manage to get out of here, only losing just 3 units, which is a really nice usage. This queen is going to put in a little tiny bit of work. I don't know why he kind of gave up on that. These drones were ready to defend against... I don't know how they were going to do much there. Tapetal Karma does manage to get a number more overlords out, so he does not stay supply blocked long. Yaoyao is supply blocked at the moment. He's got 3 supply depots on the way. This little grouping out here are just about ready to go. There's still no bunker down here at the bottom defending any of this, so Yaoyao is pretty confident in his base defense, and the fact that this little production group here, not really production group, but you know what I mean, this little frontal army is going to come in here and take out... Oh, they might not tag this base, but no, Tapetal Karma backs up as well, so he's got the units here, but he is a little bit behind in army supply. The worker supply is still about even, so they're both making about the same, except for the fact that Yaoyao will be making a little bit more money based on these mules, which are pulling in a great number of minerals all at the same time. So this unit force continues to grow. I'm not sure why I started singing, but Tapetal Karma is going to take the opportunity of Yaoyao not quite committing to this attack by taking another base. So he's up 4 bases versus 3, which is always good. You always want to be at least 1 base up when you're Zerg, because then that is how it kind of evens out. Gonna move the Mutalisks down bottom, but the Mutalisks are going to come up against 1 single missile turret, which does get one of them, and I think that would have worked, but now the Mutalisks are going to get really lucky and take out... They might grab one of these. No, just gets one little ping off of there, and now Tapetal Karma's moving back his units, as you can see down here in the minimap. But this, oh, it's the 81 to 43 supply, and he's going to take out this base, which is a good thing that he took out the 4th, and I think if I were yaoyao, I'd probably move out right now, either that or pick up and just get out of there. But Tapetal Karma is maneuvering his units to be all set for this. And here come the roaches, are going to come in here and do a little bit of damage, but just not near enough. And the Mutalisks get taken out by the Stim. Stim takes him out, and there's not much more left to that. Ouch! Well, that was a pretty tricky game. And oh yes, yaoyao had some very decent APM going on right there. Not too many mistakes. I think choosing to not fully defend this 3rd expo and leaving this bunker up here probably could have resulted in a mistake had Tapetal Karma been able to capitalize on the number of bases and just gaining a little bit of momentum in army management. Did have the worker supply and the income. Maybe expanding out here could have gone a little bit better had he... I'm not so sure about the roaches. The more roaches, yes, but going up against these kinds of marines, and it's just kind of marine only, I think probably more zerglings and possibly even banelings would have been a bit better, but I'm not sure when he would have made that decision. So again, in retrospect, I'm a great player and I know exactly what to do, but when I'm actually playing, I absolutely suck. Leave me a comment down below, send me an email, ziggyzig@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter @ziggyzig. If you got an amusing replay or an interesting replay or something crazy happened, email it over to me, or just send me a link to it anywhere you've got it, and I will try to cast it, and we will have some more Tales from the Ladder, mostly because I just like saying Tales from the Ladder in that voice. Stay tuned.